Folks, for as long as I can remember, I've been fishing with Captain Mike Patterson out on Lake Erie. Mike was the first mate for Captain Paul for many years, now runs his own guide service. Mike also a pioneer of the ice fishing out on Lake Erie, and I consider him to be one of the best guys to fish with out there. Captain Mike Patterson, always good to see you, buddy. I see you haven't cut your hair.
Oh, no.
What's the back look like? You got a lot of hair there? Oh, yeah, he's got the old ponytail going.
I got it going.
Yeah, you look like a Harley dude.
Yeah, except I don't have a Harley.
Well, you got a fishing boat and you got a lot of good machines to get out on the ice. And that leads me to the first question about Lake Erie. It has been a tough time, December and the first half of January, but you're thinking we might get ice in the next couple of weeks?
If the forecasters are right, we'll have ice in 2 weeks pretty easily.
Okay, now, again, you and I are very caution-minded. We don't want people going out there unless they're with a Coast Guard captain or somebody who really knows the ice conditions.
Yeah, having ice and having safe ice is two really different things. So, as soon as we start to freeze, I'll be out there checking and walking and knowing where the good paths are versus it's a big area. I mean, there's just because you got a good line here doesn't mean you got one over there. So
okay, so do you have openings, by the way, if we do get the ice in the next couple of weeks?
Yep. Yeah, we got some openings.
Well, the big question is, Mike, on your Facebook, do you list when the conditions are actually good out there?
Yes, I start as soon as I'm walking. I start posting pictures. I'll start posting pictures of the open holes and telling guys where to stay away from and seeing how the ice is coming along.
Okay, now, providing we get out there, what can we expect this year, buddy?
Lots of fish. Still be some good big fish mixed in, but lots and lots of fish in that anywhere from 15 to 22 inches from the last few hatches. And so probably better fishing than we've had in a very long time, but maybe a little smaller average size just because of the overabundance of small fish we have right now.
So what are we talking, like 15 to 20 or?
Yeah, a lot of 18-inch fish. There's tons like we did on the Detroit River this year.
Right.
All those fish are a couple inches bigger than they were. So instead of being 16, 17, they're 17, 18 and fat. So, but should be lots of them. I mean, they just did another report that showed we've got more fish in the lake than they've ever had. They're talking about raising our spring limits from 4 to back up to 6.
Oh.
Which is as much as they can do. They can't raise the limits above 6 without our legislatures changing a law. The last time they raised it to 10, it wiped out the fish so fast. They made a law that said the DNR couldn't unilaterally change the limit above 6 ever. So
well, you know me, I used to live in Toledo in the 80s when the boom was really going in Lake Erie, and you're saying we have as many fish now as we had in the early 80s?
They're saying more. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, our future's looking real good. If you're thinking about a place to plan trips to every year for the next 10 years, we've got it covered for walleye. So
I guess before we leave Lake Erie, when you're out there jigging, you like spoons. What do you like to use out there, buddy?
The favorite's always spoons tipped with minnows. When the bite gets aggressive, obviously your vibrating baits, vibratos, and so forth, body baits. You've proven you can get them on plastics. That real big one you got a few years ago was tipped with plastic. So, but the main thing is spoons and minnows.
And again, you'll keep track of the ice conditions on your Facebook. Now, I got to ask you a couple other questions. What have you heard about Saginaw Bay or Lake St. Clair?
St. Clair, I haven't gotten any reports, but I had friends on Saginaw this weekend. I was up in the UP snowmobiling, and they were sending me pictures of fish. They actually were doing really good. Just yesterday was the first day they really got much travel time on Saginaw.
So regardless, we'll be fishing with you somewhere in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be on ice.
All right. Again, though, I want to repeat to the folks, don't go out on Lake Erie, man, unless you really know what you're doing. How many machines have you put through?
We'd have to count for a minute, but every year something goes through. So.
But and you're super cautious, so I mean, it can be very, very dangerous out there, and just folks really be careful because no walleye is worth an issue.
Yeah, and a lot of places your main issue is early ice and late ice. That's not the case here. We have it move 20 feet and it refreezes overnight and the snow blows over top, and now you've got a 20-foot wide 2-mile long dangerous area that wasn't there the day before.
So if we can get out there though, Mike, we're going to do good.
We'll get them. We'll get them.
I guess, let's say the worst case scenario is we don't get any ice this year. When can you start jigging for walleyes? I know you're open year round there, but is there a jigging or trolling bite going if you get open water in March?
Oh yeah, especially the Detroit River. They'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
full of jigging fish for sure, and the lake itself is more dependent on conditions.
Yeah.
So as long as conditions are good and it's not too muddy and not blowing you too hard where you can control the boat, you can get on them good, yeah.
Yeah, that last thing I want to bring up is the Detroit River. You took us over there, I think it was April of last year. I think between you, Blake, and I, and Matty B, we probably caught 100 walleyes in a half a day.
Oh yeah, they get so stacked up in that channel, and they're so aggressive right then. It's a real good place to take kids or people that haven't done much fishing and still get a real good chance to catch a lot of fish and learn how to jig. So.
Yeah, and that's using a real heavy jig in that big current.
Oh yeah, we're usually using 1 ounce, 3/4 to 1 ounce. So.
Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks, Captain Mike, and I hear you're going to Cuba on a mission trip.
Yeah, gonna go down and talk to the folks down there. So.
That's exciting.
Yeah, can't wait. Get some cigars while I'm there.
All right, Captain Mike. Good to see you, buddy. Don't cut that hair.
Oh, no. We'll see you, John.